we are so happy to get to spend some quality time with Conchita and you guys. So, welcome to the stage.
I would like to, as you saw the clipping, when the first time when I was in Austria, I was there right at the night when there was this Eurovision Song Contest happening, and my friends lively discussed Conchita's, of course they have followed already Conchita over 2 years and her development, and I was fascinated the way they talked about her. We didn't turn on TV, we talked the whole night about her. We were all very, very excited. Will she win or will she not win? And then the phone call, so I called everyone afterwards in the morning when they read the news, and everyone was extremely excited. And that's how the idea came, that I wanted to make sure that Conchita, and then I heard Conchita has never been to America, and I thought I'd love to invite her. I like her, the way she talks about the issues that are important to her, the way she performs, the way she eloquently appears, and her elegance and grace. And the way she's very rarely, you don't see that in lots of stars, but there is a very generous and a very humble attitude to her, and I liked that. So I asked if she would come and be my guest at the Golden Globes, and I'm very happy that she's here tonight with us at the Los Angeles Press Club, and that she will be here, and afterwards we have a Q&A with you people as well, with you guests. So welcome, please, for the first time in Los Angeles, Conchita Wurst.
Thank you. Good evening. Well, I met the most of you before.
We saw now 3 songs. We saw the Cher song, yes, Rise Like a Phoenix, and your current one, the Heroes. So all are very different, but all are very similar, very emotional songs. They go to the heart, they talk about love. So can you please talk a little about, and why did you actually choose Cher? And what does it mean for you to have won the Eurovision Song Contest?
Oh, well, let's start with Cher. I love her. I love her music, and I think Believe, I always say it in my shows when I start to sing Believe, I always say very respectfully that Believe is, I think, the most annoying pop song ever. But I love it, and I always, put it in this piano version because I think the words are missing out a bit when it comes to this dance beat. So it's just a very, very beautiful song. And well, when it comes to Heroes, I don't write my songs myself, so I have people that doing that for me, thankfully. And I heard Heroes the first time, and it just it was like Rise Like a Phoenix, and knew in a second it's gonna be the next single. And with the video, that was very exciting because the whole concept was my idea, and I said to my management and to all the people working behind the cameras, I want this, this, and this, and they said, oh, that's quite expensive. I said, okay, can we make that happen? And we did. That was really great, and I wanted to show with that video and with the pictures you see that I totally believe in, that we are all innocent by heart, and that society and our surrounding forms a bit of our characters, and so that you have, I think that you have to show respect to each and everyone, and also think about their opinions and their things they do or not do or don't do. So this is what Heroes basically is all about, just being a little hero by respecting each other and try to think why people do or say things. And with Rise Like a Phoenix, that was really, yeah, as I said, I heard the song and I knew that I will sing that one, and I also knew from the very beginning that this won't be a commercial hit, because Rise Like a Phoenix is more like a movie soundtrack, or very, very Shirley Bassey-esque. And I love her too. And I thought, I thought at the Eurovision Song Contest, you don't things that you're not used to do. So I wouldn't sing an up-tempo number, and I just love James Bond, and I just love Shirley Bassey. And this song came around, and I was like, yeah, gonna take it. And people surrounding me were saying, well, yeah, this is totally you, but you have to think about this or that. And I said, no. I don't really care about that, because these are my 3 minutes, and I want, whatever happens, I want that I was singing the song which touches me the most, and this is what I did, and yeah, it went quite well.
Congratulations. It was, I think, 44 years or something like that, or almost 50.
48, yeah.
Yes, since Udo Jürgens that you won for Austria, the Eurovision Song Contest. So let's start from the very beginning. I mean, you grew up in Bad Mitterndorf in Styria. We both are from Styria, and as you can tell, I have my dirndl. And to come from a small village like Bad Mitterndorf, and then you went to Graz, and where you where you attended the fashion school. So how did you become actually who you are today, Conchita Wurst? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, that's a tough question. How do you become the person you should be? Well, for me, yeah, I grew up in this little village. We had like 3,000 people living there, so that's very, very small. And I knew from very little that I'm slightly different than all the other kids. And I decided to move as soon as possible. And at the age of 14, I said to my mom, well, I will go to fashion school, and school is like 3 hours by car, and she was quite sad about that, but I said, yeah, I have to go, and I have to see, at least a big city, because I was not, living on the countryside. And at the age of 17, I participated in a casting show like American Idol for Austria. And I finished second back then, and so I started my music career, if you can call it a career, but my first, steps into the showbiz at the age of 17. And there was just Tom on stage, and also Tom, the private person, and this is where it started to get a bit tricky for me, because, I wouldn't understand why people come up to me while I have a private conversation with my friends. And I didn't know back then that once you decide to be a person in the public eye, you just, the second you walk out your door, you're actually at work. So this was one of the reasons I created this drag character.
Lose your privacy practically.
Exactly. And I think, well, I'm not a friend of making compromises, so I want everything, and this is what I did. And I was doing drag since I turned 14, but like not in a regular way, just special occasions. And along with this whole process, I in 2011, a friend of mine, she has her own burlesque group in Vienna, and she was looking for a host, and I said I could do that, and then that's when it started to become a regular thing, doing drag, and I was on stage to Bearded Lady, and even in this small community and in this underground scene, I got not really discriminated, but people were like, I just don't get it. Why do we have to beard? And I was not really thinking about that, because I thought, well, yeah, okay, I'm a bearded lady, and that's it. It's just a beard. But people got really like discussing it, and I thought, okay, this is actually bigger than I thought it is, like in a social way. And this is when I started to think about, why would they react like that? It's just me creating my life the way I wanted it. And so it became bigger and bigger and bigger. And besides singing and doing all the things I love, like fashion and whatever, also